Midwest Music Fest is back and bigger than ever. 60 performers in 2 days, September 16th and 17th. See S. Carey, Field Report, the People Brothers Band, Night Moves, Dead Horses, Dosh, Gold, and so many more. Find tickets and your new favorite band at midwestmusicfest.org. Get outside in Pepin County. Pack up the family and visit the childhood home of Laura Ingalls Wilder. Sail on Lake Pepin, bike the Chippewa River State Trail, hike up Maiden Rock, and throw a line in a trout stream. Sign up to win a vacation at visitpepincounty.com. We connect with Ben Kapanke, General Manager of the Crosse Loggers. We touch on the origins of the baseball team and dig into the Copeland Park Events Center musical acts over the past couple years, including the upcoming Stone Temple Pilot show at the ballfield. You can find more conversations, food reviews, live music, and events at our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is Lacrosse Local.
My name is Ben Kapanke, and I was born in La Crosse, Wisconsin. I'm 42 years old. Kind of a weird path, Brent. I started out actually getting a degree in agriculture, of all things, at the University of Madison. I really enjoyed that kind of lifestyle, but at the end of the day, I was like, I don't really want to be a farmer, I guess, every day. And I always loved sports. I mean, baseball was kind of always my passion growing up. My dad and I just built an incredible bond over going to County Stadium and other venues and taking in baseball games. So it was kind of weird. Instead of switching majors and degrees at Madison, I was like, try a different path into the game, and got into professional umpiring, of all things. And that led me to the Northwoods League in the summer of 2001. They kind of, at the umpire school, the evaluation was, hey, go get some experience and come back, and we'll send you on the minor league circuit. Went to the Northwoods League in 2001. There was 8 teams in the league then. After that, my mom and dad just kind of followed me everywhere I went that summer, and kind of was like, hey, lacrosse makes sense for a Northwoods League team. And so we kind of worked on it, and by chance he met the league president, and here we are 20 years later with the Crosse Loggers baseball. So it's been a weird ride. It's not something that you draw up. It's not conventional, but they all kind of led me to this path and where I am today. So it's been a lot of fun. And, this is my home. I get to come to a ballpark every day, entertain.
Yeah, I do remember those early games when you guys just started. I remember the party deck, and being a young man myself, I think we're the same age pretty much. So, we do love a good baseball game, try to make it out there at least once a season. But there's something else, just seeing the live music come through there. What was the idea for that? How did that all start?
Well, that was, something about the evolution of like our industry has changed so much in the last 10 years with so many of our minor league ballparks. They're hosting weddings, they're doing concerts, doing all sorts of things, movie nights on video boards, right? And so in, the fall of 2014, we started an event called Wingfest, which was our first kind of dabble into non-baseball, and had a lot of success with it. And we had a really good turnout, and it was a lot of fun. And so that kind of led a conversation to, well, what if we did more and more of these, and what that would look like, and how feasible is it? And so we've hosted like a couple of blues events. We partnered, Brent, I remember, was it 2016? We did that Bluegrass Fishhook Festival.
Yep.
Doing a little bit of live music at the ballpark. And then in 2017, we had a major renovation here at the facility. And we kind of got the direction that, hey, we want to go kind of a big concert, not a big concert, but a concert to kick off this new $1 million renovation with new restrooms and concessions and entrance and retail store. And so we partnered with a local kind of group and brought in Jared Neiman, who was a country performer, Love and Theft, who has like some ties to this area. And it was just like a little kickoff to summer, kickoff to the open the doors in style for the venue. And we had, probably 1,200, 1,300 people show up. And it was was kind of like, oh, that went pretty well. People had a good time. They were very receptive to it. It kind of led to more conversations to the point where, okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again. And now here we are, 5 years later from that, and we've gotten, half a dozen shows under our belt with national performers. And it's been great. I mean, it's been very well received. And, La Crosse does not really have a true outdoor area where people can kind of just come in for a show and go home that night. And so it's worked really well. And so we started this whole brand of Crosse Loggers, but also had a Copeland Park and Events Center brand that we wanted to start to kind of market and promote the venue to more than just baseball people. And here we are. And some of it works, some have been not as great, but that's part of the game, right?
So like you said, it's predominantly been country music and some bluegrass mixed in there, but it looks like you're moving to some more rock, which I think you just announced Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah. Are
you kind of excited? I mean, I like country, I like rock, I like bluegrass as well. So, are you excited to kind of bring in some new music for maybe different crowds? Or
this was always part of the plan with the venue. When we went down this road, it wasn't meant to be a country venue exclusively. We wouldn't want to pigeonhole it as such. We want to be something for everybody, an entertainment venue, whether you're a baseball fan, whether you're a music lover, or if you just like a food festival, or we have events with Oktoberfest. We want to be a community-minded venue, and that can go a lot of different ways. We're hosting an event on September 15th, 2 days before STP. We're hosting an event with the Great Rivers United Way, and there's going to be it's a free concert with Tug, with the Remainders, and it's like a kickoff for their fall campaign, right? So we always wanted to be something for everybody, and country kind of was the natural fit because obviously country music is very popular in this area. But at the end of the day, Brent, we knew that if we could get the right artist, the right rock show here, it would go well. And in January of 2020, we had rock shows confirmed. We all know what happened shortly thereafter. COVID hit and kind of kiboshed that. We had a big one ready to go in the fall of 2021, and that fell through last minute because, dealing with agents can be interesting. And one agent decided he was going to pull the plug on something. So to say that we are excited to get STP here is a huge understatement. It's something that we've wanted to do for a long time, not necessarily that band, but I feel, and our partnership with 95.7 The Rock, it's a perfect band for the venue to kind of introduce rock, right? And then we see where it goes. But so far, the interest has been off the charts. Can't wait to have them here in September.
Well, I attended Bob Dylan, man. It must have been like 20 years ago. And he used to tour these minor league baseball fields. In the baseball field, just environment gives it a different feel. But in the end of the night, it's just great tunes. You kind of reference it a little bit with your investment in your facility. But what does the facility kind of add to it? Better seating, or what are some of the pieces?
Gosh, the backdrop is incredible. We drop the stage right on second base, and we have this whole infield that we use kind of like for stage front viewer. And then we have the stadium bowl, which can fit about 2,000 people in it. So our capacity really is anywhere, we could push that stage back further, but 5,000 to 6,000 people, right? We have a turf infield, which we wouldn't be able to do this if we didn't have a turf infield, right? We hosted Brett Young on May 29th this year, and then we played a baseball game 2 days later, right? So that does help so much. But the backdrop, just, the river in the, back here, there's boaters all over the place during a live show, which just adds to the ambiance of it. I remember when we had Lee Bryce here in 2018, going back, and Lee Bryce was performing, and I go kind of backstage, and I'm over by the left field foul pole, and I can kind of see the river, and it's full of boaters. And I kind of remember being like, man, I wish they were in the ballpark buying a ticket and having beverages. But Lee Bryce's tour manager was back there, and we were just kind of chit-chatting. And he's like, yeah, I get that, but man, this is such a cool setting. Like the bay is full of boaters. People inside are having a great time. Yeah, it's hard to beat this. And at the end of the day, that's what you want, to be just a cool setting, cool atmosphere where these guys go back to their agents and agencies and say, hey, La Crosse, Wisconsin, man, they know how to party, and it's the coolest place down there at Copeland.
Getting out of the whole COVID thing, the new shows coming up, what's next? Is there anything you're excited for over the next year or two that you could tell us? Or
we are really, getting back from COVID has been a long process. It's taken a couple of years to kind of go through that, and obviously financially it was a huge punch to us in 2020. Last year was a good step back, and back on the right foot. And then this year, it's been almost a return to normal, if you will, in that regard. It's been great. Fans have been so supportive, whether they're coming for baseball games, they're coming for concerts that we're hosting, or just businesses or local events wanting to bring things to the ballpark. It is back on full swing, which is so awesome to see. Everybody went through so much during those 2 years, right? We're not the only ones. Everybody had hardships. And so it's just fun seeing people back and taking everything, the whole experience. But, to answer your question, what's the future hold for us here? We want to keep doing this. We want to continue to add to kind of the legacy of Loggers baseball, which is, right, developing great players for Major League Baseball down the road. We've had a lot of success with the Scherzers and the Sales, of course, but so many other guys getting their opportunity while coming here. And then also just being a venue for everybody, all things community. Like I said, the Great Rivers United Way event is awesome. Oktoberfest is great. The national concerts that we bring in, continue to expand on that and the demographics. It's all part of the plan, and it's all got to make sense, right, at the end of the day. But we just feel we're on a good track, and this transformation from country to Stone Temple Pilots and rock has been in the works for a long time, and super thrilled. I tried, Brett, to take my personal bias out of the mix when it comes to bringing in shows, right? I'm kind of a deadhead. I'm a jam bander kind of a guy, so I don't know if that would play here. If you bring in Joe Russo's Almost Dead, or you bring in a Fish cover band, I don't know if that would work. But I do love Stone Temple Pilots. I love their catalog. So many hits. And I get it, Scott Weiland, rest in peace, is not with us anymore, but lead singer Jeff Gute is phenomenal. He's probably saw him in the X Factor. He was just great. And the original members are still there. So I'm super thrilled that they're going to be here, and we're going to have a good time.
Awesome. So if people want to grab tickets for, Stone Temple Pilots, or just check out maybe a game, where can people find out more? What's the best avenue for them to go to?
Best place to go, copelandevents.com. So, right, you can get logger info there. You can get, obviously, interest in Stone Temple Pilots. And we're doing 3 different kind of tiers with that, Brent. We have like a stage front pit area. So if you want to be up close and take in and, slapping the bass with the DeLeo brothers, et cetera, I mean, that's where you're going to want to be. We have field GA beyond that, and of course the stadium bowl seating. So you can get all that ticket info there. We also have a Dueling Pianos event that we're hosting. We've done this for 5 years in a row now, but that'll be in August. There's ticket information there, but copelandevents.com is kind of the site, the place to be for all things Copeland Park. But looking forward to seeing you and everybody out here on Saturday, September 17th for musical icons, legends, Stone Temple Pilots. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Lacrosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at Lacrosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the Lacrosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.